Hello everyone, it's Atomic H here, and welcome to Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. I don't know how good Chris Tarrant's voice is on this. I know it's probably not very good, but let's go ahead and play a game of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. This is basically a general knowledge game where we've got to answer 15 questions to try and win some money. Each of the questions gets harder as you... But hang on, what we're going to do? Atomic H. Let's go for Atomic H, that is my YouTube name. H being short for Henry. So, as I said, first few questions should be pretty easy, and then they get a lot harder after a while. Okay, so first question. An attractive man. Try and guess it. Dream plane? Dream car? Oh, it's a dream boat, isn't it? Yeah. So it's a dream boat. I try and guess it before it comes up, and it's really easy. But the answer is dreamboat. That's not really needing explaining. 99% of people should know that they've been locked in darkened room. This one you should know as well. To be honest, this school. Right, okay, let's just get through these first questions. I promise you, they do get pretty tough. I'd say after 1,000 they're like, okay, look, there's another stupid one. But after they get 1,000 they're like medium, and then after they get to 32,000 it's quite hard to answer them correctly. Well, some people do kiss with their nose, like Eskimos. I'll go for mouth. That's actually quite bad because you could answer nose and you could also be correct. Okay. Next one's for £500. I hope that the audio control isn't too bad. Oh, a cork. Oh. This is a little bit easier at the moment. Okay, so up to 500, we're doing pretty well. We can always use our lifelines if needed. Okay, last question that we could go away with nothing, so pressure's on for this really tough question that's coming up. Okay, party, something party. Coach party. Train party. Bus party. Car party. It's a coach party, isn't it? Yes. It's a coach party. Okay, so that was pretty easy, but now the questions they don't get stupid anymore. I'm not going to say they're going to get hard, because some of them are still quite easy. It depends what you know, really, and what you're good at. But let's see how far we can get without actually using any of the lifelines. The audience are all clapping us now. Okay, so we got to 1,000. He's just saying that even if we answer a question wrong, we'll go home with 1,000. Until we get up to that important £32,000 mark. The Aran Islands. Now, I think I've heard of this, the Aran Islands, and I'm pretty confident. Aran Islands. I'm pretty confident they are off the coast of Ireland. Although I believe Scotland actually has 912 different islands. But I think the Aran Islands, they're off the coast of Ireland, aren't they? And you know what, I'm just going to go for it, nothing to lose, something which I know. So, the answer's Ireland. About 90% sure, I'd say. Yes, at least we're correct. We don't want to be using any lifelines just yet. But you know, up onto 2,000, so we're doing pretty well. We want to get a couple questions more before we start using lifelines if we really want to go for the big money. I want to get above that £32,000 point, so then I can gamble the questions, and even if I do get it wrong, then I go home with 32 grand as opposed to 1. Oh, the answer is Rodney, I think. Is it Rodney? No, it's Rodney. I've seen this. Well, Rodney's an option, so I guess let's go for Rodney. I'm pretty confident again. It's something that I watch on TV occasionally. I've seen a couple episodes of it. Cool. That was played by Nicholas Lyndhurst, I think his name was Nicholas Lyndhurst, and David Jason. Okay. Next question. So, they've given us all the Greek islands which begin with C. Not all of them, because there are quite a lot. But, I'm not entirely sure of this answer. Not as confident as I was from the last one. But I've heard of it. And I think the answer is Cephalonia. However you pronounce it. Because I've read about it. I think it's Cephalonia, but then Corfu and Crete, they always jump out at me, but I think that's just because they're really common islands. Like Cephalonia, I've heard of the island mainly just because of Captain Crowley's Mandarin. So I think I'm going to go with Cephalonia. I think it's the right answer. Okay. Oh gosh, no, I'm not sure if it's right. Oh yes, okay. Okay, we're doing more. At least 1 grand, which is good. But I don't really want to take too many more gambles because I'll be stupid to drop so many questions and go back to 1 grand at this stage. So I think play it safe up to the 32 and then just do whatever. Okay. Okay. Now, I'm pleased this question came up because it is one which a lot of people should know. Although, reading the answers, I'm not too sure. Now, when it came up, I thought the answer was Lambeth. But now I'm not. Kensington? No, hang on. Let's read the question carefully. The Primate of all England, Archbishop of Canterbury, is the Primate of all England, right? I think. And therefore, he lives in the palace of Lambeth, which is what I read on Wikipedia. Probably a long time ago, but it's stuck in my mind. Is the Archbishop of Canterbury the Primate of England? I think he is. But then St James's, but it's from Buckingham. No, it's obviously not going to be Buckingham Palace. Okay, I think I'm going to go for 50-50 just to be sure. I don't want to use any of these two just yet because I'm not too confident. But I want to see if Lambeth stays up and St James's goes away. Then I'll be more confident that it's Lambeth. Okay, B and C stay. I'm pretty confident it's Lambeth now because I had doubts about St James's, but I thought it was Lambeth if the Duke of Canterbury is the Primate of all England, which I think he is. So let's go for Lambeth. Oh come on! I just want to get to the 32 grand and then I'll be okay. Oh, thank goodness. Okay, so we're on the 16 grand now. Oh, I know what I should have done. I should have recorded my face on this, shouldn't I? That would have been more interesting for you. But thumbs up if you're still watching, seeing how far I can get. Okay, we can't drop back to the 1 grand now that we're on 16 grand. Okay. Okay, this is pretty nervous. What? What? No, that can't be a 16 grand question. He's a football player. What? He's a football player. That can't be a 16 grand question. He's one of the most famous French football players. Right, let's just get this one over and done with. I'm pretty much 100% sure the answer's football on that. Yeah. Okay, this is where it starts getting quite hard. Some of these questions on the higher ones, sometimes I do get them when I'm watching the show, but I think on this computer game they're just all made by really hard quiz people, because that's how these things work. They lure you into thinking you're doing well. Look at that, Atomic H, £32,000. We could screenshot that right now. Okay. I'm confident we got to the 32 grand, because now we can almost lifeline our way up, and then, well, we can always gamble this next one, because even if we lose it, then we don't lose any money. We just stay on the 32 grand if we have to go home then. Cessna is an aeroplane. Cessna's an aeroplane. Really? I'm sure it's an aeroplane. We just had two really easy questions, one after the other. I wasn't expecting that. I mean, that, you know, that Bishop of Canterbury question, with the, you know, the Lambeth Palace. I thought that was meant to be a tough question, but no, Cessna is an aeroplane, right? Cessna is an aeroplane. I know how to fly a Cessna. Okay. It's an aeroplane. Okay, now we're into the big money. I mean, look. We've only got 4 questions to answer. We've got 2 lifelines, so hopefully if our lifelines are reliable, we could get to win. Well, not win, but just get some pretty big money. But let's try our best and see how this is going. I can't believe it's extremely easy questions. I don't think I'm going to be so lucky on this one though, because it's definitely more of a gamble. I felt quite confident playing that question anyway. You always do with the 32 grand, but I just knew the answer was the airplane over the bat. Well, he's stringing out a little bit, this Chris Tarrant. I don't know what he's saying. Lady Caroline. Lady Caroline Lamb. Now, I went to Wordsworth's grave recently, and I didn't see it. Well, she wouldn't be on the gravestone anyway. No, Wordsworth was married, and Byron was a love poet. Tennyson, Alfred Lord Tennyson. No, I don't think it was Tennyson. He was the one that wrote Charge of a Life Brigade, was it? Was that Alfred Tennyson? I think so. Lord Byron, or John Byron. Coleridge. I don't know much about the poet Coleridge, though I don't think it was Wordsworth, Happily Married Man, or. But then we just got Byron. Tennyson just doesn't sound right. But I don't want to gamble it. I think Ask the Audience is the best lifeline, because you can ask 100 people. So in that case I'm going to go with Phone a Friend and get it out of the way. I hope I can hear what they're saying. You just have to bear with me a moment. I don't know if you can hear this, but someone is going to speak to me on the line, and I'll repeat back what he's saying, just in case you can't hear it. But I'm not entirely sure about this. It's not a question I particularly know. Debbie here, hello. We've got someone called Debbie. She sounds like a secretary, and she sounds like she adores Chris Tarrant. She sounds flattered to speak to him. Well, I hope she knows the answer to this. Okay. She says she'd do her best. Okay. They made a film about it. She said she thinks he's having an affair with Byron, and she said she's quite sure. She says she saw a film about it. So, if our Phone a Friend is right, then Byron we shall go. Well, I thought it was Byron. What else have we got? We'd be silly to go with another answer. I mean, I had a grudge about Byron just because none of the other 3 answers. Coleridge, I don't know much about the poet Coleridge. I know quite a lot about Tennyson and Wordsworth, and I don't think it would have been them. But just because she said that she saw a film about it makes me justified that she's correct. So let's go with Byron, and just hope that we can go up to 125. It's actually getting quite close to that million. Yes, I was correct as well. I'm actually getting quite excited now. We're still on another lifeline, and we're only just 3 questions away from from winning the million. I'd be interested just to see what the £1 million question is on this game. I don't know. They probably have quite a lot of them on there, but they'll probably just select a random one and give it to us. Okay. I don't think I'm ever going to walk away, so we'll either lose it or... Oh, yes! 1942, bitch. The answer's 1942, and I know it. Oh my god. Wow. Wow. Just sometimes these questions come up and you know it. I know the answer is 1942. Because I read about it. I have this book called People That Changed the World, and it had all the lists of people down there. I think Ringo Starr was born in 1940. Ringo Starr and John Lennon was born in 1940. Paul McCartney was 42, and George Harrison was 43. That's my memory for you on birth dates. But I just quickly scanned through the page, and I'm pretty sure Paul McCartney was born in 1942. Let's just go for it. It's one of the middle ones as well, which makes me reassured. But I'm not too worried about this answer because I know it's pretty much correct. I was only reading about that a couple of weeks ago. Okay, come on, we can do this. Yes. Okay, so we're 2 questions away. Even if I don't know the answer to this question, which I probably won't, then we can still use the RC audience, and then we've just got the £1 million one to try and ponder over for a long time. Okay, 250 grand. This is actually getting quite ridiculous. Not many people on the game show get this far. I need to go on the game show and do this. Okay, alright. Let's compose myself. Question 14 and 15. It just says to take as much time as we can. Poltroon. A poltroon. Is it a coward? Oh my god. Oh my god. Did you hear that? I was just like, was it a coward? Because I think poltroon, if you look at the Latin root, okay, I'll tell you why I said a coward. I think I'm gonna have to go for it now. But if you look at the root of the word poltroon, what I saw from it. Okay, Chris, you can shut up now. Oh, hang on a minute. Okay, so what I thought was, you look at the word poltroon, look at the Latin roots. I think it's Latin anyway. The word polt. J.K. Rowling always used Latin in the books, and in the Harry Potter series, there's a poltergeist called Peeves. Peeves the poltergeist, and you know poltergeists. Polter. I'm trying to think of any Latin roots I can use to justify. If you're a coward, you're a polter. No. Polting. Poltronidaire? Is that a French phrase? I'm gonna have to go with coward. It was just in my brain, and it was just something which, yeah, I was coming up with the answers. I don't think it's gonna be anything else though. Especially not, the poltergeist isn't gonna be generous, talkative, impulsive. But, you know, it's just one of these things which come back in the back of your heads. I think it's cowardly. And let's go for it. Oh my gosh, if this is wrong, but if this is right, we'll go for the million. If it's wrong, then I will look like a total coward. I'll look like a total poltroon in front of the whole of YouTube. Oh my gosh. Oh jeez. We still got the RC audience going for. I think we're doing pretty well, to say the least. Phew, my nerves are beating like I'm an actual contestant. If I know the answer to this question, I'll be so happy. If I don't, we're just gonna have to rely on the audience. Oh my gosh. And yeah, I see. Okay. Let's just go for it. Oh gosh. Alto. Alto. I've heard of Alvar Aalto, but I know nothing about him. I've heard of the name. When I say I've heard of him, I couldn't tell you anything about him. I think he was around in sort of the early mid 20th century. I don't know anything about his nationality. Okay, let's go and ask the audience. I'll tell you what I was thinking as soon as it came out. Alvar Aalto, I was thinking it could have been Scandinavian. All those countries are Scandinavian. They haven't put Danish in, but that doesn't give you much of a clue. And then I was thinking Alto, maybe Italian, just how they do that in music. But let's go ahead and ask the audience. This is probably going to be pretty 25% each way. But if not, we'll just have to. Okay. 32% B, 32% D. Okay, let's not go for Norwegian then. They clearly don't know, but they're not guessing Norwegian. Mind you, there's not many Norwegian architects, are there? So. And then Iceland. No, Iceland's not an architecture place at all, by any stretch of imagination. Swedish. Oh, I don't know what to do. Press the walk away button, but what on the last question? What on the last question? Oh gosh. Okay, let's think about this. Alvar Aalto. There's no way of like working out the questions. Like, you know when I said about that Paul McCartney question and it had 1938, 1940, 1942, 1944? You'd be logical to go for 1942 or 1944. Sorry, 1940 or 1942. But you wouldn't be logical to go for either one of the end ones. But this one is just completely, yep, they just picked the 4 Scandinavian countries they have here, excluded Denmark. I don't think it's Icelandic. Icelandic architecture. I think if I had to guess, I'd probably go with, I don't know, because these 2 countries are right next door to each other. I think there's more Finnish architects around. You could say that because the population of Finland is slightly higher, but was it? I think it was 19th, 20th century. It was around. He was quite a recent guy. I think he died. I think he's dead. He's not alive. Oh. Okay, I think I'm gonna go for Finnish. Oh, I don't know. Look, if this is wrong, I could press this, but then I can't win £1 million. If I press this, then I could win 1 million. I could go down to 32. But if I press this, I could also win, but then it could also go down to 32. So, it's it Sky Blue. Who's it? Not you. You know what? I'm just gonna go for it. Okay, let's just go for it. And if this is right, then it'll be a phenomenon because I won £1 million on my first attempt, and I'm 15. Easy round of questions though, really. Oh my gosh! Oh wow! Oh my gosh, we actually won that. I could not believe that. Wow. Oh my gosh. Wow. Really? We actually did it. I know there's this one guy in America who did it with no lifelines, but I'm not really intelligent enough for that. We did manage to save them, or save them near the end, which is a mistake that everyone uses. They always usually ask the audience first, but I can see saving that video was oh look! Become a millionaire is fun. Okay, well we can go and be a millionaire now. But yeah, that was a pretty good video. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. I've been Atomic H, and I hope you enjoyed me winning £1 million. I wasn't expecting that. I was going to put it on the video maybe when I was going to try and get to 32 secretly in my mind, but I think you should always aim high. So I wasn't going to say anything throughout the video, but that I wasn't expecting that. And I probably won't be able to reperform that effort, but thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye, everyone.